Hey everybody, welcome to Big Balls Fantasy Football, the only show with powerful picks, sexy super fans, and that's really fun. I'm your host, 20-year fantasy veteran, Greg Reifstad.
And I'm your co-host, Jenna Lee Borick, a 10-year fantasy veteran, and together we are the beauty
And the beast
of fantasy football experts.
Prost is going to love this because I'm going to change one word in a song that he really likes, and I'm going to sing it. Oh, the Bears, we suck. 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 We really, 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 really suck. Oh, the Bears, we suck. Oh, yeah. I'm wearing black, and she's giving up on the season.
Absolutely. I basically am. As you can see, Zoe and I are in our Bulls gear because, let's face it, it is time for all Chicago fans to move on to basketball and to hockey.
Mm-hmm.
So go Bulls, go Blackhawks.
Yeah.
It's just, it's been a complete bust of a season.
Mm-hmm.
We are the laughingstock of the NFL.
Yep.
People are laughing at our team more than the Raiders, more than the Jaguars,
That's
more
bad.
than the Jets. It is just, people cannot figure out what is going on in Chicago because there's so many problems.
Well, you see, their teams have much lower, salaries for their players, and we are paying one of the most expensive quarterbacks this season to play, and he can't produce points. He can't beat the Packers. Either of the two games, he should be beating the Packers. And you have the two best receivers in the game from last year, Alshon Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall, and they can't get scores either.
Yeah, of course. And there were high expectations for this team, which is another thing. Everyone pretty much expected this team to make the playoffs, make a pretty deep run into the playoffs, and obviously that is not going to happen. Cutler is the highest paid NFL player of 2014.
Yes, which is why people have kind of gotten a little ugly in Chicago. We haven't quite gotten that ugly. We're just like refusing to wear the Bears on the show or sorry, we have a little Bears down here, but that's about it. Otherwise, screw it. You're going to have to earn we're fans, but you're going to have to earn your way back into our hearts because you broke them, especially in Sunday night's game against the Packers. That was the ugliest bunch of football Jen Lee or I have ever seen.
Yeah, it was terrible. And the thing is there's not one problem with the team. The offense sucks.
Mm-hmm.
The defense sucks. Mm-hmm. The special teams sucks. They are horrible.
We have special teams?
They will not
What
just take
teams?
a knee in the end zone on a kickoff and start at the 20. They run it out every time.
Yep.
They don't even get close to the 20. Mm-hmm. We had 160-something yards of penalties. We had 11 penalties in the game. I mean, all three phases have completely broken down. And to me, when that happens with a team, you have to look at the head coach. You have to look at the coaching. Because right now, I don't think players are buying in to Trestman's system at all.
People made death threats on Trestman and on his daughter via Twitter. So that's how ugly it's getting.
Which is wrong. Shouldn't do that no matter what.
We're not condoning that, but I mean, it's getting that bad. That's happening. People are burning their Cutler jerseys. One of the most popular videos going viral right now is the guy throwing his Cutler jersey with gasoline onto his empty grill and lighting it up, which made national news. It even made TMZ, for Christ's sake. When your team is that bad, your fans are going to be pissed off and they're going to do stupid things like this. And I just want to say, words are one thing, but let's not turn into like the Oakland Raiders. Sorry, Raider fans, but you guys kind of take the cake when it comes to,
violence. Yeah, let's not get violent. But, it is just, it's been so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. And the thing is I said it was a few weeks ago that I finally said, I cannot back Cutler anymore. I have backed him. I've given him every excuse in the book, and I just can't do it anymore. And I keep listening to Chicago radio, and more fans are calling in saying the same thing, saying, hey, I've been a Cutler fan. I've really tried to root him on. I've really believed in him, but I just can't do it anymore. He is who he is. He sucks. We need to get rid of him.
Yeah, well, at the bare minimum, I made a bunch of memes that I put on our Big Balls Fantasy Football Facebook site. And one of the ones I made was good old Jimmy Clausen, passing the ball and Trestman in back of him. If we're not going to change the coach, it was like, hey, let's get the Trestman era started. And I made the meme, hey, Clausen, you want to come in and save my ass? You know, and that's about it. You know, we were down by 45 points at the half on Sunday Night Football, and our damn coach wouldn't put Clausen in and just let this horrible, horrible game ride out. And it still baffles my mind, because anybody else that's down by 45 points, they'd be like, we need a change. We need a change. And they would not. And it's like Trestman, I'm sure you would like to address the fine press conference he gave the next day after the game, which was just completely delusional.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's another reason I can't wear my Bears gear right now, because I was insulted. My intelligence was insulted as a fan when our head coach comes out and says, quote, "The locker room and the players are in a good place right now." How the hell is anybody in a good place right now? First of all, that has to be an out-and-out lie, because nobody should be in a good place right now. We're 3-6. Again, we've been embarrassed 2 weeks in a row. How do you come out of a bye week and play like that is beyond me. You got worse after having a week extra to prepare for a team. It's so upsetting that he can go up there and lie like that. Nobody's fired, so if I'm a player, I'm not scared of him. I'm going to go out there, earn my paycheck, maybe give half-ass effort, because he's not firing any coaches. He's not firing any assistants.
Well, you're using the word fire. He's not fired up at all. I have another analogy, for crying out loud. Him saying that is like driving down the street and your car catches on fire underneath your hood, and you like keep driving because, well, the car still it still works. Yeah. I'll just keep driving. The car is on fire. Our car, the engine of the car is on fire. We're dumping gasoline all over the road.
But there's no repercussions.
No, exactly. He's just driving the car.
There's no respect for him. There can't be any respect for him. Is all I'm seeing from the players, because it's not even like we're losing like the Jaguars or like Oakland or the Jets, where they're losing, but there's effort on the field. They are working their butt off to at least try. Yeah. The Bears aren't even working their butt off to try in these games. I mean, you can tell the entire team has given up.
It's week 11. We're going into a game versus the Vikings, and hell, one of your picks is even going against them this week. So, I mean, that's how bad it's gotten that we're even going against our Bears in fantasy, because you just have to in fantasy. Yeah. You can't resist it. You just can't resist it. You got to start playing your defenses against the Bears, because
there's a complete lack of effort, and Cutler doesn't even look like he cares.
No.
I mean, my gosh.
No, not at all. Nobody's fired up. Nobody's upset about this. Everybody's just kind of sitting there going. So, really quick fantasy numbers for the game. Just pathetic. Bears were abysmal. Cutler, 272, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. It's the opposite of your ratio. And he even threw a lost fumble in there just to, kind of add insult to injury. Forte, 54 yards rushing. The only one trying on the team. 3 receptions for 27 yards. Got you halfway decent in fantasy. Definitely not horrible. It would have been nice if he would have gotten a touchdown.
Yeah, or gone over 100 yards on the almost worst-ranked run defense in the league.
Well, the problem is, coach started getting pass-happy when he panicked. So it's not Forte's fault if he's not on the field. Yeah. He can't make the yards for you on fantasy. 8 receptions, 112 yards, 1 touchdown for B. Marsh, 6 receptions, 63 yards for the top receiver in the league from last season, Alshon Jeffrey, and Bennett, nothing. Defense gave up 451 yards total.
And most of the Brandon Marshall stuff was in garbage time. It didn't matter by that point. Yeah. But he got you some fantasy points.
Yeah. Let's beat on him a little bit more.
Yeah. Well,
since we don't have a Cutler jersey to burn, and we wouldn't condone that anyway.
This is really what is going on with the Bears. This is how bad it really is. Historic levels. The Bears are the only team in the NFL with 4 skill position Pro Bowl players. They have 4 Pro Bowl players at the skill position, and they still cannot do anything on offense. They've been outscored 106-37 in the last 2 weeks. They've given up 11 touchdowns. 2 weeks in a row, they've set franchise worst records for points allowed in the first half as long as the Bears franchise has been around. Cutler is now 1-11 against the Packers. That includes the playoffs, so you do not have a quarterback that can beat your worst rival. He has 18 touchdowns and 15 turnovers this season. He has fumbled 5 more times, but the Bears recovered them. So he actually has 10 fumbles on the season. He only lost 5 of them. They're the second team in the NFL to give up back-to-back 50-plus point games. That has not happened since 1923, Rochester Jefferson.
1923, a team that isn't even in the league anymore. Jesus Christ.
And Green Bay's 42-0 lead was the second largest halftime deficit in NFL history. The last 3 games, this one will boggle your mind. In the last 3 games the Bears have played, they have been outscored 94-7 in the first half.
Wow. 7 points. 7 points. That's it.
In the first half of 3 games, and they've been outscored by 94 points.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So that should let you see how bad it is. We are breaking the worst kind of NFL records you can break for the entire history of the league.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness later in the show we're going to have the second half of our balls profile that we ran the first half of last week. You can also watch the whole thing if you want, but we're giving you the second half to break it up a little bit, make it a little bit more digestible. Peyton Manning, somebody that can actually play.
A quarterback that's good.
In the league and has broken many, many records.
That deserves his money.
Yes, this season. So watch for that. And don't forget to catch us on social media. You can tweet us all of your Bears bile. We will love it at Big Balls F Ball. You can go to our website, www.bigballsfantasyfootball.com, to find all of our social media.
Yep, and Facebook us, of course. Like us there. Ask us your fantasy lineup questions because we're getting into the nitty-gritty now in fantasy to make the playoffs. And that is facebook.com/bigballsfantasyfootball.
And we actually do still have a podcast. We do have a podcast. It's basically the audio from this. If you can't watch us, you don't want to be sitting there with your phone while you're driving. So, download the podcast. You can listen to us on Sunday morning while you're driving to your job or whatever, so you can make sure you get your fantasy football lineup in on time. So I think I'm first this week, right?
Yes, you are. Beast Mode is first.
All right. Beast Mode is next. Stay tuned.